How do you get a list of tax lien properties? If you're curious about how to get a list for tax liens on an upcoming sale, this is the video for you. I'll show you exactly how to do that. In this video, I'm going to show you how you're just a couple clicks away from real estate treasure. Imagine finding real estate at rock bottom prices. We're going to show you how to do that just by a couple of clicks. Again, it's all about the list. We're going to show you how to do all that. If you're looking for a fresh and lucrative way to make money, this is the video for you. I'll show you with just a few lists coming in the mail or on your computer, you're going to make a treasure trove of money for both you and your family. Stay tuned. All of that's going to be covered. In the meantime, what you want to do is hit the subscribe, the bell, and of course a like. The most important thing to me is the engagement. If you got any questions during this video or any of the past videos, just type them out. I personally answer all of those. This means that much to me. Let's get right into it. How do you find lists of tax liens? They're all over the place, and I'm going to show you everywhere you can go to find these. So let's back up. What is a tax lien list? Okay, if we're strictly talking about tax liens, I'm going to talk about tax deeds later. We're talking about tax lien certificates on a property that has been late on their property taxes for a minimum of 1 year. You cannot buy a lien on a property that's been delinquent just a few months. It has to be 1 year. So once that county says, hey, we've hit the 1 year mark, we're going to go ahead and start selling these tax liens. There can be anywhere from a few thousand to 80,000 liens on one sale. Okay, that's a lot of liens out there. So the first thing you need to do is figure out what counties are coming up with a sale and when that is. Again, once you pick a couple of lien states, pick a few counties within that where the sale is coming up, find out exactly when that list is going to be released. In most counties, that is going to be 4 weeks prior to the sale, which is plenty of time to do your research. Now, there might be a fee for getting this list. Way back in the day, Chicago used to charge over $500 for their list because literally it was 3 feet thick. Yeah, over a yard long. There were 80 to 90,000 liens each and every single year, and they continue to have that. Now everything's been digitized. Sometimes they'll try to sneak in and charge, but no big deal. You're buying a list that you know is going to have some deals on there. So number one, find out when the sales are coming up. Okay, those are the counties you want to start going after. I don't want to look at a county that just had their sale. I want to look at that and start putting my calendar together. When are these liens coming up? Here's the calendar. I'm going to start putting those out there. The next thing you want to do is identify in the county what area you would like to own properties. Well, wait a second, Sean, I'm buying a lien. Yeah, you are buying a lien. But remember, the underlying security when buying tax lien certificates is the asset, which is the piece of real estate. So what I want to know is make sure if worst case scenario, they don't redeem and I end up with the property, it is a property that I want. So again, just like with tax deeds, I'm going to break down the county based on value. I want to find out what the median price, what the average price of a piece of real estate is in that county. We're going to keep it simple and make it $300,000. So anything in that $300,000 range, I'm going to call that zone 1. Okay. Anything in the 200,000, I'm going to go zone 2 and go down from there. Obviously, anything above 300, you're in the good. Okay. You're good to go. What I'm trying to do is whittle this list down. Okay. So you're creating a short list. You might want to write that down. So I'm taking 10,000 liens. I'm knocking them down to single family residential properties that fit within my budget that are in the value. I could eliminate half of them right off the bat, okay? Then the other one, I can say, okay, I don't want any commercial properties. Another half of those go away. So now I've got my list that's more manageable on it. That's how I'm going to start doing the research on this and start going through these methodically going, is there a structure? What's the value? Where it's at? Do I want this property? I want to make sure that I know that the underlying property that I'm looking at is actually the property. Don't trust Google or any of that stuff. I may, before the auction, hire somebody to go by and look, with all the technology that's out there, I could have somebody take their phone, they could be driving down and just take pictures of the property, and for a few $100s, I've got a list of everything, so I make sure that I'm done with it. Again, it's those steps. You want to make sure that I'm buying a lien on a property that I potentially would want if I had to make that happen. Rules and regulations. Now I've got the list, I've done my research. You need to understand how and when the sale is going to be conducted and where. Is it going to be on the steps? Is it going to be in a courtroom? Is it going to be in a ballroom? Where is this going to be? Where do you need to be to make that happen? Number one. Number two, how do you register? And whom do you register? Do you register your company, you individually? What paperwork do they need to file? Don't wait to the last minute on that. Okay, this is important. In the day, way back when, the counties didn't care. They come in and take your name, give you a number, you're good to go. Now they need tax ID numbers, what company you put it under, all of these factors are in there. Now here's a cool thing. Yeah, you can bid with your LLC or your S corporation or whatever, but they're going to need your tax ID, and they're going to say, how are you going to be bidding on the properties? Are you able to do it for this company? In other words, you might have to have some proxy bidder. Even though it's your company, they have to know that you are authorized to buy liens for that property, which goes to the next phase. How do you want the liens held? Are they going to be in your private retirement account? Are they going to be in your just personal account, your LLC or whatever the case is? So how do those liens want to be held? I really don't want to hold them in my own name. I really want to set up an LLC, and I've got other videos on that. So I've got the LLC because I could sell those to somebody else. I mean, think about this. Okay, if I've got a bunch of liens that are paying 18%, someone says, hey, me too. Say, hey, I'll sell you a bunch of these and I'll give you 16 and collect 2. So you can sell them at a premium. There's not a market out there, like a secondary market for this, but if somebody comes along, which I've done before, they say, hey, I would like to try some of these. Here's some liens. I make a little money, get them into the whole process. I just love getting people into this process. It's fantastic. So those are the things that you want to do to make sure you've got everything nailed. The lists are all based on when the auctions are coming. The lists are going to come out 4 weeks before, and it's always going to happen either online or they're going to send them through the mail. So now that you've got all this, get ready for the money to come in. Because literally, as you're buying liens, remember, only 1 or 2 things happen. As they redeem, the county sends you money. You get the money, put it back in, buy another lien. If they don't, you get the property free and clear. So some of the places that you're going to be able to get lists. There could be private companies out there that have lists available. It could be at the county. Sometimes the counties don't know. They're down in the public space. Okay, you've seen those people that go out there and they say, hey, this is a public space, I can do whatever I want. The county foyer is public. So some counties, they sit there and go, we don't publish the list, we don't send the list, it's in the hallway out there. I kind of like those because everybody else is having as a difficult time as finding it. That could be a couple of ways you're finding it. Some of the private online, you got SRI, you got bids for assets. Some of these companies out there have lists available where you can purchase it for them as they're coming up. As the advent of the internet can come along, a lot of them just go, okay, we can't charge for those anymore. It's just on there. You just have to figure out how the county is getting them out there. It could be a newspaper. For instance, in Chicago, it's done by township. Okay, there's dozens of townships in Chicago, and each township has to publish in their paper all the lists that are coming up. So if you took every single newspaper in the Chicago area during the auction, you're gonna have a stack this high with all the list of liens available out there. So there's all sorts of different ways where you're gonna find it. And the other thing you wanna keep in mind when you're getting these lists and you're doing your research is what is the redemption period of that area? Okay, if I'm going in there and there's a 2-year redemption period, remember, you're investing your money for 2 years, and 1 of 2 things can happen. Either you're gonna get the property or the interest rate. All of these things are great factors and many more. There's a lot of steps that go on with this whole process, and we will walk you through the whole process. We've got some free training on this. If you wanna take advantage of that, go for it. HigginsMethod.com, there's a link down below on that. Just click that link and you're good to go. Also, when you click that link and put your information, I'll send you a complimentary new book that I just put out. It's called America's Best Kept Secret on Investing, and that's my gift to you. Make it happen, be safe, God bless.